Hello, welcome back to another weekly video. Today, well, the pea tamarind, the budgie, that means it could be a perk weekly. That would be fun. And I tried to take this record I tried to record the audio for this weekly whilst doing it, but it didn't quite work out. And you see, I take the two opossums just because of the stats and maybe on a faint pet, who knows. And well, we get another opossum out of the budgie, which is pretty funny. And then we get another budgie, take it, and then another budgie. And so far it looks like a trumpet and perk weekly. And then we definitely see it's going to be a trumpet weekly. We get sniped and we draw. And we get another level up and we get an owl and an aardvark and then another aardvark and a bunny. So I take the owl and bunny because it could be fun. But then there's farmer chicken. Farmer chicken is fun. This probably seems like it's gonna be a food weekly. Heck, it might even be a corncob weekly. Of course, I know what's going to happen, but not past me. And I've got another video of this week. It's probably gonna come out too late. Then I can diss this old weekly and say what I think could have been better. But you see, we have favorable trades. We draw once again, and we get another farmer chicken. Antarctic krill is a fun one. And you can see me hesitating if I take it or wait another turn or do something else. I take it. And where do I throw it on? Okay, onto there. And then I sell the mouse. Yeah, and then I put it on him again. And I keep on rolling. The tabby cat, I got a few crazy runs with the tabby cat. There's 5 tabby cats and 5 radishes. Of course, I didn't win against all the summon spam that has been occurring this weekly. But you can see me thinking pretty hard about everything. Dung beetle is also there, so definitely food weekly. I decide to sell it. You can see my internet lagging out of it. And then I decide to sell both of those, throw some food down. And then I didn't have gold. Oops. But the weevil is a fun pet, and we lose. We take our first permanent damage. And then I sell the mouse like I am supposed to. I plop it on the dung beetle. And then there's radish. Radish is fun. You could have axolotl, which is still pretty good even after the nerf. And we get fairy armadillo. Hoo hoo hoo. This is gonna be a fun one. This is gonna be a fun weekly. And you can see me constantly really thinking. You just don't see my mouse because this is all on phone. And see that interaction there? That's something I kind of had with one of my weeklies. And this is a fairly long video because, yeah, you can see I'm taking a look at what the heck just happened. Play by play. And just a slow-mo version of it. So you can see it's pure chaos here. And I just wanted to see what the interaction was. Now I sell the mouse. I'll probably plop the apple on the dung beetle. Oh no, I'm going for the fairy armadillo. Fairy armadillo is a really good tempo pet. Then we take a fig, and then we're going to save 1 gold. We're stupid, we didn't save 1 gold. And there's a mimic in the pack too. And slime. This is definitely a summon weekly. And I've noticed, silly on the mimic, you can get the gold instead of the player, which is also really funny. I don't think I got it on this one, but I might have. And you can see the lag kicking in once again. And I throw it on the dung beetle, and it starts lagging again. And you can see I'm going for the corn cob to feed the dung beetle, and then the apple from the owl, like that, and then the radish, so that we're always at 3 perks. And you can see we bugged out. And you can see me thinking. I'm like, finally, an owl. Another owl. And do I roll this again? No, I do not. And this is a fun one. To the least healthy enemy. Wow. We lose this one. Yeah. Well, we've still got 10 minutes of the video to go. So we should make it. So you can see me pondering Farmer Crow, freezing it. And then we continue. Now this is definitely a summon weekly. That's for sure. And I don't quite know why I slowed this down because this makes a really long video. But maybe because I wanted to be able to chat, 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 chat. But we win. Luckily, we're on 3 wins. I've got the feeling I've come across Zementa multiple times. And we gotta use the chocolate first. And yes, it's a corncob weekly. Yeah, I decided to sell it off. Plop down that guy. Put it on him because now we're keeping him. And please don't tell me I roll. Okay, good. I didn't roll. But now we've got the scaling in. Now we just need to hope Farmer Dog is in the pack and we're golden. This looks like a loss. Yeah, this is a loss. No, it's a draw. Ha! Wow. And I've recently started picking my team names again instead of just letting randomness take its fate. And the Spinosaurus. That's a really fun pet. Especially when you're doing a salmon of death. But still, wow. And we're going to lose our fairy armadillo. But I think we mop up the rest. Yeah, I find it pretty impressive when you see a guest and they're super far into the game. So I'm debating whether Dung Beetle is worth it to keep because it's increasing damage per level up, not increasing pet per level up, which I think might have been better. And end turn, please. Don't roll. Yes. Good. But now I'm looking for the good dog because it's just more corn cobs and I don't have to pay extra gold. So see that setup they've got is pretty much the one I want. And I'm pretty glad for that firefly. It helped my fairy armadillo who broke their armor. And then we continue. Think I'm gonna level up the Nyala. Yes. And I didn't get it. And here's the farmer dog. So I plop that down because just better scaling right away. And then we get another one, another chimp. And ta-da! Once I did a bit of shop scaling in a versus match against a friend, and then I just got 3 farmer dogs, 2 chimpanzees, and they just went wham on the scaling. And then I compare to them into more useful tier 6s, such as leopard and the rest, and they didn't stand a chance. But the fairy armadillo is really good against a summon team, until said summon team gets a toad, and then the fairy armadillo is pretty much negated by that. And look at this high roll. I freeze that because soon enough we're not going to need the radish to get 2 items per turn anymore. And look, somebody is going for the whatchamacallit. Oh well, I'll see soon enough once his ability triggers. The jewel caterpillar. Oh boy. But they use some of their stuff up. And here I paused the recording because my parents were talking to me. Can't ignore the parents, even if you've got a budding YouTube channel. This is taking longer than I expected. This is probably why it's 17 minutes. But we've got a while to go. I got pretty far with this run. It's almost lunchtime. Getting hungry. But I think we're going to win because it's higher. And yes, I was checking if I had music in because I had to mute the entire game because of my music. So you're gonna hear all the unfortunately. You can hear me buying stuff. And you could see what song I was listening to. I still need to figure out copyright and stuff, but it'll come one day. One day. I really hope my audio recording is working and I'm not just talking into the empty air. I should probably check. Click, click. Yeah, it's on. And something called Speaker Coach is on as well. Ooh, fancy. And we load once again. This is also probably a substantial amount of the loading time. But now we get 5/5 per turn. You can see me actually thinking. And the pets are getting really statted up, except for the 2 at the back, but the 2 at the back we don't care about. This is a pretty fun combination, but it's not as good as for the permanent scaling, so I think I win. Yeah, I'm going to win this one. Probably put the dung beetle could have put in the dung beetle further back. But yeah, I win this one. Trumpet dog didn't even need to come out. And well, this is the farthest I've ever gotten in a blind weekly. And 8 trophies, 2 hearts remaining. Going for the fairy armadillo achievement. And we've almost got another level up on our scalers. This is just going great. We're almost at full 50 HP on the fairy armadillo. 2 more turns, I believe, and we're there. Holy smokes. Really enthusiastic, hoping it's going to go well. Hope I release this video on time. My internet crashed once again. And here's someone going for that guy's achievement, the one in front. And they've got a toad. But we're going to clear house. How much damage are we going to take? 1. And we're 1 trophy away from my first blind weekly win. Just need to be careful. I wasn't being careful. I put him in front to do some damage. But yeah, it's the farmer dog who gets the absolute least amount of scaling in this. And we come across an Axo team. Already all full, almost full 50-50. I don't really stand a chance here, do I? Yeah, no, I don't. Maybe if the Nyala was 1 level... Yeah, dang it. I think that even if the Nyala was level 3, we would have just lost with 1 heart remaining. So now I get to level up. I get the chimp. Plop it down. And then hope we survive. Win preferably, but surviving or drawing would be nice as well. And you can see me thinking, well, you could see me thinking, what is the best place to play all my pets? And now I probably should have replaced Radish by now, seeing as it has a trigger limit of 3 now. And here's another team. It's pretty close to us, but they looks like their scaling started earlier. I just wish we killed the chimp. But still, we got their melon. But yeah, it doesn't look like we're gonna win this one. They're gonna have 10 bajillion summons. 14! Holy smokes! And we lose. We got so close. Well, that was my blind weekly. I hope Metabrosk and other people they get a better one. And I wish you a good day. Bye bye.